Hey guys, it's Fireman here, and let's try to reach 70 likes today. We reached 30 yesterday, which is crazy, and if we get 70 likes, I'll make another Valorant Console video. But this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Valorant devs responding to Valorant Console, and this is crazy. A lot of people didn't believe that it will come out to Valorant Console, but here we go. We have the official response from the Valorant devs, and I wanted to give my own opinions on it. So, let's go. 70 likes.
Doesn't resonate and it doesn't work, and so we're like, okay, cool, we'll make some changes. We liked it, but you know, it doesn't matter if we like it, it matters if you all like it. So
do you have any plans for a console version in the future, or is this going to remain a PC exclusive?
You know, that one's like, I think that's one of the more controversial topics out there that I've seen, and I completely understand why it's controversial internally to our dev team as well. I think what we've kind of said is, so we're prototyping that right now. Like, we are definitely prototyping that right now.
Okay, so controversial. What I'm really curious is if she saw some of my videos. That would be crazy. Like, she, you know, the dev Riot, you know, leader or CEO or whatever, seeing my video and watching just like Valorant Console release date and thinking, oh, this is definitely gonna come out. I'm definitely curious about that, but holy shit, this is really controversial, and they said they're working on a prototype.
But there's a way to play this game, and there's a way to experience this game that we're not entirely sure translates completely to console play. And we really believe that the way this game is meant to be played is at this like hyper, like strong level of competitive integrity, and we worry about players feeling like, you know, someone they're playing against has a competitive advantage because of the system they're playing on. And no matter how much work we do, I don't know if we can ever break that perception. So we need to be really, really cautious about moving forward on those types of platforms. But I do think there's like something to crack there that our team is really excited to crack. And so what we've said is, if we feel like we can deliver this experience on those platforms, we will. Like, we absolutely will. If we feel like we have to compromise on the experience so much so that it doesn't even feel like the same game anymore, then we'll just go make that game and put it on consoles, you know, and we'll have that be something else that we do. But we really want Valorant to stand for a certain type of gameplay and a certain type of experience, and we want that experience to be felt across any platform that it's played on. So it's not a no, for sure. And I think, you know, I've got a bunch of designers who are very, very excited to kind of prove that this is possible for us, but it definitely wasn't the focus out of the gate, and so it's going to be, if we were to do it, it'll definitely be delayed.
Makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with me. It's been great to talk to you.
Okay, so let's analyze this. All right, go over here. What this basically means is they have a few issues, you know, and this game is unlike any other. It doesn't really work as, you know, it's not like Warzone. Warzone can be played on the controller easily like that. You're gonna, you know, run around and do whatever. You can shoot people. You don't even have to stop. But Valorant is something like CSGO or slightly like Overwatch, where you have to aim pretty good, and if you miss a few shots or if you're, you know, moving while aiming, your aim will be shit. And this is what she's talking about. If you do stuff like that, you will not get good kills. And on consoles, your movement is kind of more limited. You know, it's harder to actually shift, so they're trying to actually converse it from the big, you know, buttons, you know, from, you know, shifting on the keyboard to actually making it possible on the controller. So I got my own controller over here. So for example, what they could do is actually make the left button like this for shift or whatever, and if you tap it or whatever, you can reload, or, you know, just press an ability. But that's what I really like about this. The controller has so many capabilities, but as she said, there's so many things to consider about, you know, the console anyway, such as, you know, the limited movement. So with, you know, it's kind of hard to move with the joysticks than with an actual keyboard. So keep watching. And what I think of this is definitely very controversial. There's a lot of haters saying, oh, it will never come out to console, but these people are stupid. Look, they're already working on the prototype. She said it herself. This is one of the best CEOs there is out there. You know, she has really good interactions with everyone. But seriously though, what I think of this, I think it basically means, yeah, it's coming, but it's coming in a few months. And that's what I was talking about. After the release, they're working on console prototypes. Do I think it will get released, you know, in 2020? Yeah, I think it could happen, but what she said, it could be possibly delayed just because of these small issues. Just, you know, but I think it can definitely work. So, for example, you know, I don't know if one of of Riot devs actually watches my video. I'm guessing I had 127k views, right? So I'm guessing at least one person watched from Riot my Valorant console release date and was like, oh, what an idiot. Or he was actually like, oh, maybe this guy has a fair point. Maybe we will be releasing in 2021. However, personally, I think they're working on it as hard as they can. You know, Riot has a lot of cash going on. The tournaments are actually huge right now. So there's another proof I did in another video. I'm gonna leave the link down in the description. So Valorant leaked, made like a leak, you know, just to make it like 15 seconds, because some of you probably watched the video. Valorant was leaked to iOS and Android, and also there's one for PS4. So in bunch of files, there's like application display name, Valorant. You know, so they were definitely testing for this and coming to PS4, but no Xbox, which is super confusing. The presence of PS4 in the game data probably means an Xbox One port could also be on the cards, as the platform usually both enjoy a release of the same games. Riot Games as a developer have not yet cemented their place in the console world and would be competing with titles such as Overwatch for attention, and Overwatch is kinda on the low right now. It doesn't get a lot of players, but could then easily move to the next generation if the current platforms were supported. Imagine Valorant on PS5, that would be awesome, and the new Xbox. So Valorant could come to console in 2020, okay? So that's what I was talking about. Given the release of the full game was earlier than expected, cited as summer 2020, and leading some to believe it could be late as August, not June. So that's 2 months, they can focus more on consoles. These hints of the new platforms are exciting, but let's dive into the logistics of a console port. So this is like some of the big problems I want to be talking about. The question is, would Valorant work on console? The answer is a resounding yes. The replication and translation of the game onto a console platform wouldn't be too difficult for Riot. But that's what they're talking about, actually. That there's going on a few key issues they're trying to resolve, and what she was saying, even if they invest a lot of money and time, it's kind of hard to implement them and really find a solution no matter how hard they work on it. That's what she said in the video. But what she did say, that it's probably gonna come just a bit later than expected. So people were actually thinking it's gonna come out like in like 2 days or whatever. Like seriously, it's not gonna come in 2 days. But Valorant specs were designed with both new and older PC models in mind, the PS4 and Xbox One, who both pretty good hardware themselves, so it can definitely run on PS4 and Xbox One. So console usability, crossplay and cross progression would almost certainly be disabled for a console version of Valorant, which is definitely cool. I definitely agree with that, as the disparity of skill and ability to counter strafe, hold and peek, a major advantage in PC play. So what they're basically trying to make is a console version that would kind of be like Valorant, but with altercations. So maybe a bit faster paced gameplay, like not as much, you know, making it to the aim, a bit more like, you know, going to the Overwatch side instead of like CSGO side, because it's kind of hard to do that on consoles unless you have a mouse and keyboard support. So we believe would be the ability to play keyboard and mouse on the console versions of Valorant, as there is currently no controller capability on the PC version of the game. That's definitely true, so there will be definitely mouse and keyboard support. Accuracy is also a problem when using a controller aim assist that is feature that is added to help with the issue. It comes with controversy of its own. One Reddit thread commenter pointed out that Valorant would probably bring the game to console after establishing itself in the competitive scene. That's what I said, if only for financial reasons. You are right, controller cannot compete in terms of pinpoint accuracy. So there definitely won't be, you know, they'll definitely earn a lot of money from this in the financial standpoint. So in terms of money, is there a demand for Valorant on console? That's definitely true, because most of my videos actually getting watched are Valorant console videos, and I like talking about them. Yes, with a clear design in mind, players are concerned about aim assist issue that has clearly cropped up in Fortnite, but disallowing players crossplay or use of other input experts. But that's totally true. You're not going to be playing against PC players, are you? Do you really want to be playing against PC players? Come on, guys. On your shitty console that, like, well, not shitty, but you get what I mean. You're not gonna be playing against a controller, against some god keyboard player who, you know, sits in the basement all day and just plays with the keyboard and mouse thing. Anyway, please add Valorant on console. So there, look at this, all these demands. Valorant on console. Everybody wants it. Could Valorant on console be the power of competitive scene? That's what they're talking about. Could it actually be competitive? Valorant is aiming to dominate the competitive gaming scene, having already hosted tournaments during the closed beta. So imagine, you know, Apex Legends being the PC on console. Imagine how much of the market it actually overtook. Now imagine if Valorant did that with higher rewards, more staff, and more everything else. Oh my god, someone is doing construction work anyway. Riot Games themselves stated that the Valorant was a competitive game at its core, and that the fact that its tactical shooter pushes it immediately in front of esports queue. So it's the #1 priority, not even League of Legends, not even any other game. So if Valorant came to console, could there be an opening for controller players to join the competitive scene? And Reddit is the forefront of this debate, with some players suggesting that controllers compromise competitive integrity. Guys, this is... oh my god, I gotta give my own opinions on this, but this is so stupid. Like, of course you can go pro and with, you know, with a controller, no doubt. Like, seriously, all you have to do is just make, you know, Valorant on consoles kind of like more on Overwatch, and it will surely work. What you do then is just like playing like on Apex Legends, where they have their own tournaments and stuff like that, and huge prize pools. I think this will definitely work. They just wanna... what they're saying right now is they wanna make the game work, okay? They wanna make the game same as on PC, but with altercations. That's how I understood the whole thing. Of course, they're, you know, not saying a few things, but there's already a prototype. You know what this means? Imagine where they announced Project A on March. On April, it was already out. That was mind-blowing to me. And I definitely think, you know, I have more Valorant videos for consoles on my channel. I have like 13 more, you know, with proofs, mouse and keyboard support down in the description and comments below. And, you know, watch one more of my videos to support the algorithm and to get more info. Anyway, this is Fabian, sign out, guys.